Look at the MECA logo. Look at them.
Yeah, they are. Checky. All right. Well, we're in here. We're live. I think so. Yep. It looks like we're good to go. See if my chat's working out there. I know I told everybody I was going to come on live twice today. So we've got the South Africa judge team there, Sujin and Pumish. How you doing? And then
Hi guys, we good.
Nevlin with Exhibit Audio, one of their retail members.
How are you doing, guys?
How's the weather on your part of the world? Because we have here in Kentucky.
It's extremely hot with some hazardous rain every evening.
But
Y'all bear with us because we have a connection from far.
No problem.
It's kind of weird seeing me on this side of the screen too, isn't it?
what's going on,
Yeah,
Joe? It's definitely cold here. How's y'all's weather? Or
It's
as they
extremely
would
hot
say,
here. We have like weather going up to 35 degrees every day, and Celsius rather, and every
though,
evening
right?
we have
So what would be
thunderstorms.
fair?
probably in the hundreds.
every evening, huh?
Every evening.
Oh my goodness. It is fresh, as you all would say here.
It's 12 Fahrenheit.
We were telling Nevlin how every day you used to keep your bakkie warm, your SUV warm for us, just for us to get in, and Selena would warm up the furnace in the house just for us to be warm.
Oh yeah.
It definitely gets cold here. That is for sure. That is for sure. We miss having y'all though. So where are you all at right now? It looks like you are in a place with very high ceilings and a lot of space. What's going on there?
All right, so we at Exhibit Audio headquarters in Midrand in Johannesburg. Yeah, so as we said, this was the X, one of our retail members for Exhibit Audio. We're going to take you for a little walk around the shop a little bit later, so we show you exactly what's going on, what he's busy building, as well as the third loudest trunk vehicle, but Radical X in the world for season 2024. So that vehicle's in the shop as well. So you guys will have a look at that. It is also for season 2024, the loudest Parker and Pound vehicle at the moment, DB5. So yeah, lots of stuff going on here. Nevlin's busy with a lot of builds. We've got a show that stems out of the UK called Campfest. It is a show that is inspired by all things VW or VAG, badge. And yeah, he's building.
Hey, better keep it.
Yeah. And yeah, we were joking, guys, bag. And yeah, he's building a vehicle for that. So we'll show you that a little bit later. But yeah, that's where we are.
Cool. So do y'all actually have events there at Exhibit?
Yes, so we had a very successful event here last year.
Last year, June.
June, yeah. So one of our bigger events that happened was at Exhibit Audio.
Oh, cool. So it's like in an area that, you can get loud and not get shut down and have a proper event.
Very loud property in a very loud sound shop. Correct. You're right about that.
Awesome. Well, then what's stopping you from having them on a more routine basis, like a monthly event per se? Even if you just host a single, 1X event yourself as a retailer, just to help kind of grow their area more. That's something that we do here in the States is we offer all the retail members an opportunity to host events at a small fee
Yeah.
that you would, of course, set up with your team there. But, having something monthly really helps put your name on. Is that something you think you might be interested in the near future?
I think season 2024, we're going to be looking into that. Maybe every second month or every third month, having an event at the shop, maybe at a night venue, for example, on a Friday night, or maybe a Saturday from 1 to about 9 p.m. So we're planning that for this season.
That's
We're going to be
awesome.
looking at it every
That's awesome. I
quarter so that
imagine
we
y'all.
cater every area.
Okay.
I just want to catch up real quick here with some comments. What's going on, Matt, Nick Bowser, Mr. Beard, Mr. Royalty? I don't know if you guys can see the comments or not, but just a lot of them saying what's up and how you doing. They said
We can.
Matt
Hi,
said he needs to
guys.
get his passport together.
Yeah, Matthew
So
Ain't Loud says he's getting his passport ready.
Welcome to SA.
there you go.
Don't be surprised if we bring a whole slew of guys over with us when we finally get to come.
Well, the welcome
That'd
we
be pretty
received in
awesome.
March last year, I'm sure we can do the
Matt,
same when you guys get there.
how much notice do you need, Matt? Oh, shoot.
All right.
So what kind of builds do you got going on in the shop right now?
Well, currently I've got a few
I
park
want to
and
hear
pound
about
bulls that I'm busy with. And I've got some other SPL classes that I'm actually working with now for seasons 2024. So currently busy with that. We started in January because we want to kick off the year with a bang. So yeah.
what gear do you use in your vehicle, and like what kind of stuff do you do to your enclosures and boxes to, what's your sound pressure secrets? Because you're more sound pressure geared, obviously. But tell us some of your secret. What's your favorite go-to
Well, I
stuff?
enjoy the SPL format a lot, but my favorite format is the park and pound format because I love playing music at loud volumes. So we've been boxing in other formats around the country, and when MECA came on board, this was a format to play on for me as a bass boxer. Well, what we call it in SA, and you guys call it park and pound. So this is the best suitable format for me and my brand, as well as for marketing. And yeah, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy it. So I build a lot of pounding vehicles where you can hear it from far and wide, a lot of loud and clear vehicles where you can hear it from a kilometer away and stuff like that. So we're going to play in all different formats under the MECA banner this year. And yeah, we're willing to learn. There's a lot of things to learn. The rules is very, very strict, and we're actually enjoying it. So we're taking it to heart by trying to scrutinize the rules and make sure our vehicle is to the T. Well, we've got good judges that's always pushing us to the limit. So we're trying to get all the information from them for them to make sure our vehicles are on par, to make sure our vehicles are following the categories, following the rules. They're very strict, and I must say that. And it's a good thing because we get to learn the right way. So we're actually enjoying the format. For me, as being a base boxing champion on other formats over the years, and I think the park and pound format is my best suitable format, and I'm enjoying it.
That's awesome to hear. I like these guys a lot, and we do stand behind the MECA name and what it represents as a whole, and they have adapted well. We're very excited for their third season in this year, the big three for these guys. So I see nothing but a lot of growth and success for them. And I'm excited to see a lot more of the action going on in Africa. I want to see you guys more often. I want to have a Bud Talk live with Africa once a week or every other week, or and really show you guys off, because we're proud of you guys and what you're doing and how you're, even though it's so new, you're willing to do the research and read and adapt to the rules, because we do stand behind the rule book is like our Bible. So, I mean, and right now it is being worked on, and the new rules will be released, February 1st. So we're pretty excited about that for everybody. So make sure,
as long as we
everybody
can
do
quit
their
being
homework.
slackers, as long as we can quit slacking. What's going on, Kevin? Is that man? I'm gonna
Well, let them shout out their folks, so we're not murdering everybody's name. Give all these viewers some shout outs, Pamish.
So we have Ashane and Baron John from South Africa that says, "Good stuff, Mecca Africa and Mr. Nevlin Naidu. Team Exhibit is a force to be reckoned with. Thank you guys, and we appreciate the support. And to all our American family that we met there, some of them would like to know some Park and Pound secrets. Nick Bowser would like to know some Park and Pound secrets from your side."
Okay, I'll give him some tips just now when they ask you the question. No problem with that.
Oh, that was the question.
Okay, that was the question.
That was the
So
question.
what
yeah.
does Nick want to know?
Nick would like to know if Nevlin could share some of his Park and Pound secrets in Baba Yaga.
Well, I can give you a few tips and pointers. I don't think there's any secrets in this game. It's all about getting your vehicle to a specific level of where you want it to be to play on any format. But with regard to the Park and Pound, you got to be able to know exactly how to line up your vehicle. You got to know exactly what song to play. You got to know the timing of the song. You got to know exactly your song choice, actually. What I've realized from playing in the last season was that Park and Pound format doesn't like high frequencies, from my personal experience. So I am building a few other vehicles currently now in my store that will play much, much lower so that we can gain much, much higher. So that's one of the biggest tips currently from Mr. X, that's me. Try and get your vehicle playing at a low frequency between 25 and 35 hertz, if I could say that, is because that's where the meter loves to play on the Park and Pound format. I've tried a higher frequency last season. I did well, but the vehicle has more potential. So I've got other vehicles that's coming out this season that's going to play quite low. And yeah, I'm quite proud of it. And I'm sure we'll be able to gain higher scores this season.
Nice.
Awesome.
So how do you like pulling into the lane and not being able to cone? And do you feel like it takes some skill, or have you figured out a few cheat codes? I'll tell you what one of our guys that's watching right now.
He's the one
has
asking
done.
the question.
I know.
Okay, so yeah, I don't say there's any cheat codes, or I think it takes a lot of skill. I've got a good team, Team Exhibit Audio, where I've got a lot of members on my team. I think we've got the biggest MECA membership for Africa currently, and they are very, very helpful when it comes to setting up our vehicle in the line, making sure we don't hit the cone, making sure that the judges are watching the vehicle on time, making sure that the judges know exactly where we are, where they are, and stuff like that. So we learned it from day one. It was a challenge. It was last year, I think. When was it? We played the first event.
It was March.
Last year, March.
March 10th.
March 10th, 2023 was the first show that we attended. Sugen was very, very strict with us with regards to driving the vehicle. If you guys don't know, let me explain something. Baba Yaga doesn't have a steering. So we had to put the steering in, get my brother to sit on the steering, making sure that he's guiding the vehicle to the line. Remember, we can't see the front. So we had to guide him with the torch, making sure that he goes left, goes right, where we had to put him in position and stuff like that. But because he knows the vehicle, which was his previous old vehicle that we use now for our park and pound class, so he knew exactly how to maneuver the vehicle into the lane. With the guide of Sugen and Pumesh, with the lining up of the wheels and the cones and stuff like that, I think we hit the nail on the head the first time around. But it is no joke and it's not easy. If you make a mistake, you will get disqualified. It happened to previous members of our team and stuff like that, where we made a few mistakes, and yes, that's what happened. But we learned from it, and I think it's you could call it a skill because we can't see through the windscreen of a vehicle or through the driver's side window. You got to guess. We call it hit and hope, and we were hitting and hoping the first time around. But I think we got it right, and from that day onwards, I think it was a walk in the park for us, playing in the park and found format by aligning your vehicle to the cone, if that's what you're asking.
So
So I just want to butt in there quickly. So Mr. X, can you? Oh, sorry, Shannon. Mr. X, I don't think the American guys understand exactly. Yeah, I don't think the American guys understand exactly what Baba Yaga is all about. So it is an extreme vehicle. It's got bulletproof windshield or windscreen, as we would call it in South Africa. So you can't see through it. You can't see outside. And the vehicle weighs in excess of 7 tons. 2.5 tons. 2.5 tons. 2.5 tons. So it's a massive vehicle. It doesn't drive too much because of the extreme weight. So you'll have a look at it in a little while just to understand. And this extreme vehicle does park and park with the door open. So it's absolutely something else that I doubt. Yeah, we haven't seen it before.
In other words, when Pumesh is standing
really
behind the term
exciting.
lab, Pumesh is being blown away and having hair tricks on the outside of Baba Yaga, 1.9 meters away, with the computer and the term lab. We're about to be blown away when Nevlin plays the car. I've got one question that I'd like to ask
that's
Nevlin.
exciting.
From Kiran from Cape Town, one of our good buddies. He would like to know, will Team Exhibit be touring with MECA Africa this year around the country?
Well, to answer that question, I think it's a yes from my side. We're coming over nationally with regards to Cape Town, Durban, and so forth. I've got a few builds in progress which I want to get out there, play in different states, if we can call that, or different provinces. So yes, we will be touring with MECA this season with regards to Cape Town and KZN. Well, actually, we're going to be going to Lesotho as well. So we're planning to take a drive to the other side of our planet, in our planet. So yeah, we're excited about that. But I will explain something about Baba Yaga just now for me to explain something about the vehicle. We're not using a normal Astro van. We're using a VW Jetta Mark III, which is a sedan vehicle, which I've built and made it my park and pound vehicle or my ultimate base boxing vehicle, if you could say that. So it's actually a sedan vehicle, which we've used.
So yeah, you guys call it trunk. It's not the SUV type of trunk, but we'll show you what the vehicle looks like just now. But I think Shannon and Bud have seen it. They keep an eye on us South Africans to make sure we don't take the top spots.
Oh, I think the competitors probably watch those top spots more than we do. They're on it, that's for sure. But I mean, that's kind of what this is all about. When you're able to be on the top 10 list of the world, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool to be 10 of your area, of your but when it comes to saying, hey, those guys were trained, by the same people that train everybody in this club, and they're doing it the MECA way, and we know that and feel good about that, and to know the competition is so fair and so far away at the same time, it's just really cool. It warms my heart. So.
Yes, and we've become super
I'm going to tell you one of Nick Bowser's secrets.
Sorry, we didn't get that.
Nick Bowser's been watching and asked questions on the about Park and Pound to you, asking about your tricks and tips. What he did years ago was
It was just a couple.
he. I think your time clock is off. That's back when we still was running Indiana. He did that. Nick, if you're still watching, tell me what year you ended up doing it. But this guy all of a sudden pulls up into the lane, and I'm like, "Oh, you better flop back over here and line your boy up, line your boy up." And he was like, "Oh no, I'm good." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, I got cameras now." He installed cameras to where all he can literally watch how close he gets to the cone, and he don't need to see through the
We saw
windshield no
this. We
more. He
saw
don't
this
need nobody
vehicle.
going.
Yes, he's got a camera that comes
in
under
Indiana.
his nose wheel. Yes, we met him at soundcheck.
Yes, we saw this.
Yes,
That's,
yeah.
that's
Nick
good
is
technology. That's very good
always at
technology.
as many shows as he can get to, and that would work out really well for the extreme vehicles or those ones that are just really hard to control. I think it might be helpful.
I agree. I agree.
Nick, I'm giving away all your secrets. Okay. I think it was 2022 when he first did it. No way, Nick. No way.
Yes,
It
that's what he
was back
says. He says
whenever
he did it in
we
2022. I actually have a picture
Tell me my
of
time.
his
wait,
his
Nick.
vehicle running with the camera coming out. It
No
was
way.
so beautiful.
The first time I ever seen
You got a arm that comes out with the camera, so you can see the
Sorry.
code, and then it.
I'm over here.
No problem.
That's why I stay off this side of the camera typically. I don't shut up.
So I've got a question for the guys up there. Obviously, Africa is the new kid on the block with regards to MECA. You guys pretty much had the throne for all the years because Africa was not involved. How do you guys feel now? How do you guys feel about the competition? Because we are bringing the heat. So how do the guys up there feel? Because it's not that easy anymore when you got guys across the sea that are really giving you a run for your money, and be proud of it. So, what's the take?
Well, I can tell you that one person in particular had reached me and was like, "Man, I thought I had points champion. What's going on? What's going on?" Because there was someone that outbeat them in points but I was like, well, this is the United States finals here, so that's not going to be included. I said they're going to have their own points champions if they decide to offer that. I was like, but no, you still got it. So y'all definitely have gotten some attention. You got people um, and I guess we could throw the question: how do y'all feel about the headrest and MECA's values? Is the roots is going back to live music. Everything is very realistic. With sound pressure, it's the meter at the headrest. People can say, "Oh, well, it's harder at the headrest," blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, who puts their head or ear, should I say, getting a
On the
demo
windshield.
up on the windshield or in the panel? Nobody. You're going to demo, you're going
Nobody.
to sit right there in the seat and you're going to be like, and that's how loud you are. How loud you are is where you're hearing it in your ears as a human. That's how loud you are. And so therefore, now I get there's X, but MECA's headrest location is where it was started.
No,
But really, but I'm saying is the realistic vibe. And then Park
we
and Pound,
started
you
as a
have
floorboard org.
Park and Pound used to be, well, I understand that, but it was sound quality more like, and sound quality also, it's another thing that's based on realistic stuff. I mean, it's all about real life stuff. The Park and Pound, it's supposed to be back today. You could drive up and stay in the car, and that's why you see the D1, DB2, DB3, DB4, DB5, because it was called. And you could like pull up and edge forward. If you don't think you're, in your spot, you could move up a little bit more. But you had to stay in the vehicle during the run. And it was supposed to be like you was a person about to cross the street at a red light and a car pulled up next to you waiting at the light, shoving, how loud it would be to you on the street corner. It's all this real life stuff. It's just really cool. I don't know. I'm probably explaining it a weird way, but it's what excites me. It all just seems very real, and it is what it is. It ain't inflating a number to make it look better. It is what it is. So.
I agree. More like street pounding, you could call it. Playing your tunes on the street while you're driving. Street pounders.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, have the guys there and gals, should I say, the lane lady,
Yeah.
how are you feeling about the headrest these days? Are they coming to?
I'll give you a bit of history on that one, Shannon. So obviously, as you said, this is our third season. When we started with MECA down here, a lot of people were afraid. Typically, all competition in this country used to be done with testing on the windshield. And we brought something in that was totally out of the norm. Yes, the number does drop when a vehicle is just put in onto the MECA format without specific tuning for the format. So the number does drop from the windshield to the headrest. And so that was a big hurdle for us. I think that was the biggest hurdle when we started MECA in the country. A lot of guys didn't want the number to be 2 dBs, 2.5 dBs down from the windshield. South Africa has a lot of people that are very proud. We are a very proud nation. And for us, numbers is what we want. So Mr. X as well, when he brought his vehicles in for the first time, he was a bit puzzled. That we had a bit of a discussion and he said, Skid, MECA normally does this on the windshields and we like 2.5 to 3 dBs down. We had a bit of a discussion. He came back to the drawing board. At the next show, he was probably 0.5 down. At the next show, he was actually louder at the headrest than he was at the windshield. And it is all about the tuning. And I'll say to all the guys out there, don't be afraid. Yes, for the first few shows, you're probably going to have to figure it out. We're here to help. There's guys like Mr. X who will help. There's guys like our other competitors who are always walking around and trying to help the guys to get out there. Mr. X has got his whole team there. But it can be done. But I remember very clearly when we were up in the US last year, you said you could do 160 on the windscreen, you could do 160 on the headrest, you can do 160 on the kick, you can even do 160 underneath the vehicle. It's all about the tuning. So my advice is don't be afraid. Come and try the format and you'll get used to it. But yeah, Shannon, just to go back, now I'm also waffling on, but to go back, a lot of guys were afraid, a lot of girls were afraid to try the format. But that's slowly but surely changing. And I think MECA is really growing in this country and a lot of people are starting to enjoy it because they understand it once they get used to the format. So that's mine. Mr. X, I don't know if you've got a different view.
I think I was really, really afraid to play on this format. I was actually petrified knowing that the meter is going to be placed in positions where I'm not even used to it. So I was actually confused. I asked the judges many questions over and over. Why, if, but, when, since why, things like that. So Sugan kept on repeating himself and said, this is how the MECA format works, get used to it. I said, okay, I'm going to get used to it, but it'll take some time. And we started playing with the meter, started learning how the format works, learning how the meter works actually, because wherever you position the sensor, anything can happen. So me coming from a different background where I've been playing on the normal formats, it was something very tricky, especially taking a meter from the windscreen and putting it 1.8 to 1.9 meters away from the vehicle, and then trying to see what score you do. And that was something very challenging. With regard to the headrest score as well, we built another vehicle in the DB4 category, which was called Diddy Kong. Plays really, really low at 32 hertz. I think that was our game changer for learning how the MECA format works with regards to low frequencies. And that vehicle was playing at 32 hertz, and that's exactly where we wanted to be. And I think we've taken the rep from that vehicle, learning exactly how it works by positioning the meter in different places. And with regards to MECA, positioning of the meters was actually a joke where the guys were so confused on why the meter need to be placed in strategic positions. But we had to explain, well, the judges actually explained that to me because I had over 1,000 questions to ask them why you need to place the meter in different places when we're so used to the normal. That's when Sugan said, we are not the normal and this is what we do and this is how we do it. If you're going to be in it, you got to learn by the rules. And well, Pumesh did the same thing as well. They gave me a bit of hard time when I was learning. You know, they said they'll be lenient to me, but they were not lenient because they kept me with the rules. They said, if you're going to learn the rules like this from day one, I think you're going to go a long way. I think it's a good thing because playing in the first season, I think it was fun, making all the mistakes, making this mistakes with my own vehicles, making the mistake with my team vehicles, as well as learning from those mistakes. And I think it was quite challenging. And I think we did well for the first season. I think we took top spots, top 10 in many different classes under the MECA format. We've got about over 10 vehicles in my team, which are registered on MECA, I think, and then we've got more vehicles coming onto the format this season. So I think we're going to have fun. And me being the head of the team, so I have explained the team to the team exactly how the format works because not everybody can understand the science behind car audio. So I had to go into detail with them. My team is very, very committed. When I say that, I mean really committed. When we leave the shop sometimes 2, 3 in the morning, just trying to position our meter, play with the meter in the shop, trying to get better at the game, trying to learn. We're phoning again at 12 o'clock sometimes at night. He does answer. He gives us a few tips and some pointers of what we need to do. He reads the rules. And we just wanted to make sure that we're on point. And I think that helped us a lot. And I think those rules actually helped us to stay on top spots for last season. Like you said, sitting in the top 10 in different categories under the MECA format is quite good for a first-time competitor.
Just to add to that, I think Devlin and his team took the building and the learning of the rules and our guidance very seriously because after their third show, they were on the world listings. The first show in March, I remember he said to me, Pumesh, before the next show, I'm going to have members signed up. And I kid you not, I had 10 memberships. And I remember even having a chat to you, Shannon, and I said, please let me know if these memberships came through. Please let me know if these retail membership is through that side. And I want to say while we're on air, thank you, Devlin, for believing in us and for putting your trust in us. And we're going to grow from strength to strength.
I think when the judges work with competitors by assisting them in every different angle, I think, well, sky's the limit. And we actually excited where the judges can point to you, this is where you're wrong. You know, sometimes the guys don't want to make you feel bad and tell you things that you don't want to hear. But Sugan has been quite rough with us. And I think it was a good thing in a way. It actually helped me in many, many, many ways with my different classes. And I think we're enjoying the format because we've got somebody to motivate us going forward as well. Doing big scores is one thing, but having the support structure from a brand, I think it's a massive thing for me.
Yeah, I just want to say something. When Nevlin stands up,
when he stands
sorry,
up,
we lost
what?
you there, Shannon. I said when Nevlin stands up in it a little
When
bit,
he
you'll
stands
see he's way taller than I am. So it's not easy trying to argue
No.
with this gentleman. But I had to.
He's 2 meters tall.
Yeah,
So,
he's
so
way more.
Matt, next question. How's the SQ scene there? How's sound quality looking for you guys? I mean, y'all came a long way
Our
just for that
sound
training.
quality has
So,
picked up.
how's
It has picked up Sorry, Shannon. Our sound quality has picked up since we arrived in South Africa after our extensive training with you guys. And we're seeing the numbers grow at each event. And I've made it, well, Sigin and I have made it our duty to incorporate sound quality at every event. So we run sound quality in the morning and we run SPL later in the afternoon. Um, we are in the process of appointing a coordinator in one of the regions for SQ. He's helped us build our SQ numbers. We still yet to chat to him and have a call. We did try and we haven't been successful in reaching him, but I think he will accept this because he has the passion, like us, to grow SQ in the country. And yeah, we've got some phenomenal sounding cars here. I can't wait for you both to hear it. And of course, Owen and Clifford, and if
Pascal.
and Pascal, we can't wait
Mr.
for them.
Tony.
Mr. Tony, we can't wait for them. Our three teachers, yeah, we were great students, but we would like them to hear some of our cars on this side.
Mr. X, what's happening on the SQ
Oh, yeah.
scene?
During demo scene.
Yeah, no, SQ, sound quality.
First SQ.
Come on.
Yeah, I think maybe for 2024 we'll try and play with some of our SQ brands that we work with. So Exhibit Audio, we work with a lot of major brands, and they've been digging me as well. Come on, guys, you're doing park and pound, you're playing on the SPL format, you're doing base boxing, do an SQ car. I think we don't have time to get to the SQ scenes because we have so many builds where guys drive from around the country to drop their vehicle off at my shop for me to build their vehicle. So I don't even have time to even play with my own car. So that's the reason why I work late nights just to get my vehicles done. But I think for 2024, we've got some good things coming for dueling demos and as well as the SQ scene. We've got a vehicle that we've started with, and I think we should complete it in a few months. But I think with regards to the dueling demos, that vehicle will be out very, very soon. We had to also get a lot of clarification in regards to dueling demos because it is something new. It's not the normal that we used to. Uh, Dueling demos is very confusing for a guy like me. When I say that, I mean that we used to the street pounders and playing music at loud volumes so that you can hear it from a mile away, for example. But dueling demo is more of the consistency, the way the vehicle sounds as a whole, walking around the vehicle, checking your staging and stuff like that. So I'm getting used to that. There's only so much I can take in, and these guys have been filling me up for the past season, which I appreciate. And yeah, I'm going to be bringing out a few more vehicles in different classes. But it's quite challenging because my business is very, very busy, and I'm trying to trying to make time to get the business work done, family time, as well as the competition scene. But we'll get to that. I think it's walking steps for now, and we're proud of where we are so far on the MECA platform.
Shannon, you probably think that we
I'm
monster
excited.
judges here. We're not.
Well, Bud
No,
was
I
here.
don't think you guys are monster judges. I see too many happy photos.
I think Bud
Y'all
was
got
differ.
some
I think Bud
real
was
great
differ. Well, Bud called me a meanie when I was in training because he said I was too harsh on the guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be harsh. It got lost somewhere where this competition is easy. There is nothing easy about MECA. Sound quality, sound pressure, across the board, install, show and shine. You know, it's difficult, and we have a really team of people in the world that help us figure out these rules that we all go by, and it's something special. I'm excited about it. I am. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for this season. It's the biggest buzz we've ever had at this time of year. So everybody that's been watching, we've had quite a few followers. So make sure you're following us on socials, on YouTube. Guys, share us. You know, make sure you're following the pages and communicating with the rest of your family members, aka competitors, and club members across the world, because we can all learn something from one another. And it's exciting because it's just exciting that we're sitting here talking like this, and y'all it's like nighttime there and it's morning here still. Crazy. Y'all are halfway and we're all doing the same thing. It's just amazing to me. So the sky's the limit for MECA and everybody in it. So um, let's talk about some of your typical things. Catch up a little bit in the chat. If you see anybody on your end that needs some shout outs, and want to read their
I would
comments,
like to say thank you to our MECA
you can go ahead and
competitors.
do that. And then I'll let
Some of our MECA Africa competitors are just obviously commending us on our how we run MECA, and obviously giving some shout outs to Mr. X and his team for bringing some recognition to
Tell us
our
what they
country.
say.
Andre Ernest has said the MECA Africa judges are amazing and beyond helpful. And Minal, who belongs to Team Exhibit, he says that Park and Pound is brilliant. We have Ajit, who says that he can't wait to play Park and Pound and Headrest.
Claude said something there.
And Claude also says he can't wait for MECA Africa to be back in Durban, for him to play a Park and Pound. He's got an absolutely amazing ground pounder. And we can't wait for us, for Sugen and I to judge the car, for him to play it on dueling demos. I think that's going to be the exciting part. But for everyone watching, MECA Africa will be touring all provinces every quarter. We're going to try our best this year. We're appointing coordinators in every province, hopefully before the middle of July. And yeah, our first international show is in Lesotho in April. But thank you, everybody, for your comments. Mr. X?
Want to say something?
Yeah, guys. So just to let you know, so Mr. X is dedicated to growing the industry, the MECA format as well. So he's one of our first retail members. He does have the biggest registered MECA team in the country. And he is based in Midrand. I'm sure most of you guys down here know where Exhibit Audio is. So if you want advice, you want tuning, you want to build for the MECA format, pop into Exhibit Audio. He's here most of the time. If he's not,
Even nighttime.
yeah, even at night after hours, he's got team members on standby who are pretty clued up when it comes to the MECA format. So we suggest if you want to get loud on MECA, come through, come and check him out. He'll give you a lot of pointers. Advice is free. He's always helped. He's helped a lot of competitors thus far. We've seen the results. We've seen the numbers climb. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that he is available. If you guys can't get a hold of him, because sure, trust me, we can't even get a hold of him sometimes. I'm surprised he's probably put his phone off or it's on silent.
Yeah, it's off.
Yeah, it's off, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get through this interview, because it would be ringing off the hook. So yeah, that's that. But give us a nice big question for Mr. X.
A question, huh? Well, I see there's a couple in my comments over. I'll try these first. Somebody asked when they'd be able to do something in the kick. So we do already have some classes that are metered in the floor. If you're talking about like a musical format, I don't know that we will have one of those in the kick. I'm not going to sit here and say never, but that one really hadn't crossed my mind. I've thought we have thought about some other music based formats for sure, but nothing that I'm really working on real hard right this second, since we have Park and Pound. Let's see. Somebody asked is the 2023 format the same as the 24 format. So pretty much every single year at the end of the year, we'll pull the rule books and edit them. Any problems that we found, any stuff that's contradictory, things like that, because the rules evolve. Pretty much people push to new limits every year. So it seems like every year we're, tweaking something somewhere. So the format itself, the foundation of it, that's not going to change. There's going to be a few things in the modified section that we cleaned up a little bit and tried to put some clarification on. I think in our lower clamp classes where the pressure rating is less than 6,000, we're going to go to single amps or strap pairs and 4 conductors. I think those are like the biggest changes we have going on. But, like I said, the foundation, the roots of the format, most of that's kind of set. If I get it injected into the rule book fast enough, I am looking at everybody knows we have dueling demos, the 360 open play format, and we've been working on a format that's going to be an open play style format, but it would be judged more similarly to sound quality. So it would still be an outside listening, but basically the judge will be stationed in one position. And, for be more for like cars set up, I guess they do it a lot in like the islands and stuff where they're set up with like just a stunt wall, facing one direction or whatever. So, that's something
That'll be good.
So that's something that we're working on adding. But as far as the formats go, other than that, not a whole lot should be really changing there. Let's see. Joe's our head SPL judge. He asked if you guys had any rule suggestions. And I think that's what I see there.
No, it as a competitive topic.
I think we already got strict rules currently, so
I think, yeah, from our side, I think everybody is pretty happy with the rules. I know there was a bit of an issue with regards to the extreme vehicles. That has now been sorted. I think a lot of the extreme competitors, we don't have a lot, but the guys do appreciate the fact that there's not a lot of red tape. An extreme vehicle is an extreme vehicle. You don't really want to jump around like a street class when it comes to that sort of vehicle. They want to be loud. Let them be loud. We've got a lot of positive comments with regards to the rules for the exhibition class. A lot of people are enjoying it. We hear a lot of noise in the industry, and a lot of the big cars are starting to come out. Obviously, as I said earlier, everyone is a bit skeptical because it's a brand new format to the continent. But yeah, we're hearing that a lot of the vehicles are going to be coming out. We look forward to that because we really do want to contend for that top spot. The SPL Radical X overall. I know Mr. X is working very feverishly. We've seen the vehicles. Obviously, it's IP at the moment, so we can't really show you guys what's going on. But I'll take some pictures and share with you privately. But yeah, for now, I think everyone's really happy with the rules. A lot of people are still learning it. And guys, we'll say it again. Mr. X said it earlier. Pumesh said it. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's what we're here for. And yeah, we'll help to the best of our ability. And I guess that's how we all learn. It's just asking questions. We are also learning, guys. Yes, we're in year 3. but every now and again we go back to Bud, we go back to Shannon, and are we on the right path? And I mean, it'll get better with time, but we've got a fantastic support structure up in the US. The guys are always willing to help. I mean, we've spoken to Bud at all the hours of the morning, the night, just before a show, and the guys are always ready to answer. So thank you for that. And the reason for me saying that on this Buttock Live is to show the guys in Africa that MECA is committed. And it's not just what you see down here in Africa, it travels throughout the world. I mean, I've had chats with, what's the guy's names, in Trinidad and Tobago,
Owen and Cliff.
Owen and Clifford, at all the hours of the night. I mean, I had a discussion with Clifford on Christmas Day regarding an SVL question that popped into my head. So, we've got the guys down in Florida, we've got them in the USA, we've got them in Kentucky, we've got them in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, MECA's yet to stay. I know
Ricky,
probably the guys are not
from
going to like me
Indonesia?
because I'm very boastful. Yeah, the guys are not going to like me because I'm very boastful. I'm very proud of MECA, and I'm not going to stop until MECA is the biggest in Africa. So guys, get ready. We're here to take over.
Let's see. This person asks, what time limit does a person have in the lane? So basically,
Oh,
once
Sharika.
you're in there, it's kind of judge's discretion, but it's generally, I think the rule book says 5 minutes once you're actually in the lane. So
That is from Team Otter Armor in Johannesburg. Her name is Sharika Mohana. Thank you, Sharika.
Hello, Sharika. Thank you for watching.
Okay, but so yeah, I think that has been quite a contentious
this
question that's been floating around.
person says banned bags is driving around pounding with bags on their car. Why should it be legal in base? Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and address it. It's legal because I've watched a bunch of people fall through front when the front windshield breaks while you're burping it, and let people be on the front window. So that's why it's legal to begin with. So it's more of a safety thing than anything. And also, it's something that anybody can do. Anybody can go get a sandbag. There's usually plenty of sandbags on site, even if you don't have some, that people will let you use them. So it's something that pretty much anybody can do. And it keeps people laying on the windows. That's really why that's the way it is. And nobody rides around with a meter in their car either. But people come and get metered at the base show. I mean, to me, I look at it just like a race car. You're going to do certain things with your sound pressure car that you might not necessarily do for driving on the street, because that's what it's built for. So to me, the sandbag thing that's just for something to cry about. Anybody can go to the store and get bags. It helps you. If it don't, it don't. That's how I look at the sandbag thing. But essentially, the main reason why it's there is because I don't want people laying across the front and the back window glass, because I've watched 4 or 5 of my friends fall through windows when they break and they're laying on them. So that's why the sandbags are allowed.
But I just want to go back. But if I may, I just want to go back to the question that Sharika asked. It's been quite a contentious issue down in South Africa, and I just like a little bit more clarity. Obviously, judge's discretion, which is myself, Umesh. We allow a competitor an allotted time at our discretion in the lane. I know the rule book says 5 minutes. And Have you guys had this sort of issue up in the US where a competitor takes more than 5 minutes? And how do you guys judge that? And how lenient are you?
So, so I mean, yeah, there's times when that happens, and there's times when guys will do more than one run in the lane. You know, equipment failure. You know, the turn tab screws up here and there. I don't know, several different scenarios. That's kind of why it's hard to put a rule in there and just draw a straight line and be like, this is what it is. You know, because like if my equipment is messing up, then that's not the competitor's fault. I mean, you know, so
Yeah.
to me, there's a couple different scenarios that could cause the time to take longer than it should. But I mean, generally, most part, you know, the guys are usually pretty much ready. The thing that really starts to take time is if, you know, if they break out or
the after party taking pictures and stuff. It's
right.
like, take your party outside the lanes. Get your picture and go. We got stuff to do.
And a lot of times when you're, I do know a lot of times when you're dealing with multiple new competitors that aren't familiar with the format, sometimes a lot of times that will take longer because, you know, buddy proper instruction. And, you know, as a MECA judge, really that's one of the things, you know, that I think we do different that kind of separates us is, you know, we're here to help you also, you know, learn and, you know, make sure you're doing it right. So a lot of times when you get a lot of new competitors, that'll slow things down. But I mean, if you're having an issue with it, usually at things like that, if we start to feel like it's not going fast enough, you know, we'll just everybody on 5-minute clocks.
Actually time them and say when, you know, like we would at finals, and just be like, as soon as you hit the lanes, you have 5 minutes, and then the timer or your meter starts. Ready, set, go. But when you do that, you have to make sure you keep it that way across the board. Just because Mr. X is in the lanes doesn't mean he gets 8 minutes over, you know, everybody else getting 5. You have everybody the same, whether they sponsored your event, whether, you know, they got one score sheet or they bought 10 score sheets like Mr. Philip Schleybaugh likes to do here in the States. You know, I mean, you just treat everybody fairly and the way you'd want to be treated. And, you know, if someone is having an issue, especially if it seems like it is taking longer with a lot of new people, just let them know, hey, you were new at one time. Was there someone there to help you? I bet you wish you would have had someone like me there to help you, you know, and you never know. Maybe you could come over here and teach something too, and let's just work together. And that's kind of how we approach things. And it tends to work out, and the competitors see it, and we don't really get too many complaints as long as you just treat everybody the same across the board.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a few shout outs from Africa. Bradley Walker, Colin Rupla,
Okay.
Gavin Wendell is one of our SQ members. Um, he says hi to everybody, and he'd like to know if the rule book is being updated. And we have Irvin online from Trinidad.
How's it,
And-
Owen?
Hi, Owen. And Owen has answered him and said there's some great, exciting changes coming up in the SQ book for 2024.
Yes. I mean, we've basically, if you've been online recently to the website, you probably noticed that the rule books aren't there. You can't even find them.
Yes.
So we've been working on that for a little over a month now, and I should have them back up February 1st. The sound pressure rule book is pretty much done. I've got maybe one more email to send on that. We've been working on sound quality for the last probably month. I think we're getting pretty close there. And then we just started working on the dueling demo section a couple days ago. So, you know, there is going to be adjustments everywhere, but we usually do a pretty good job of making it it won't be too bad on the competitors. You know, most guys that we have helping us with that stuff, they're either event directors, you know, they're judges, and the majority of my MECA team started as competitors, and a lot of them still compete. And you know, that's something that we do a little different. Also, I encourage that. Just for the simple fact that, like, I came up as a competitor. That's where I started in this whole thing. You know, I've done pretty much everything in competition car audio that one could do. And so, you know, here I am now driving this car, but
It's more like a freight train.
yeah. But and now you done make me forgot where I was going.
I'm sorry.
But
You
yeah.
need some tea.
Yeah,
It's still
I need
early.
teas. That's what it is. But yeah, I forgot.
Sorry. Again, that's why I'm usually not on this side of things.
I see that.
We gave Nevlin
Oh,
the warning that
That's a
that Shannon would keep him smiling the entire time we were online with you.
Karen, if I may ask, how many Butt Talk Lives have you been on?
maybe 3.
Oh
Oh,
no, I think this might be.
that's where I'm going now. I remember because
this
Joe
might
reminded
be.
me.
Good looking out, always looking out.
Well done. You deserve an
Um,
honor
I
award.
think this is actually the first one that have actually set in on like this the entire
First one
time.
is
I think
Mr.
this
X.
is the first one.
Exhibit audio. Okay, guys.
And I wanted
You can ask any more questions
chat
and
it up
then
with you
just let
guys.
us know.
So, you know.
Yeah, just let us know when you're ready. We'll give you a walk around. Mr. X will show you what's going on. But whenever you're ready, you just let us know.
More questions?
Any more
So
questions?
Any more questions?
that's what I was talking about encouraging the judges to compete. But anyways, long story short, what I was getting to was that, you know, I kind of encourage that because it helps us stay in the hobby. It helps us to be out there with the competitors, doing those things, building the cars, understanding what people are doing to the cars. That's how we keep writing the best rules. Don't tell anybody my secret. But you know, so I encourage that. It can be a fine line. I know sometimes the perspective of it isn't that great. But as long as everybody's doing what they're supposed to and their heart's pure, you know, it's good and it works. And then, so then this person asked a question here. How vehicle audio and format. So you are allowed to control it. You just have to be outside of the vehicle. So I think that's why they're asking why they have to be outside of the vehicle.
Get you an umbilical cord.
And so, let's see. I know Shannon went over a little bit earlier. Parking pound used to actually be called drive-by. So when it used to be called drive-by, there was a cone that was like 8 feet out from the meter, and then there was another cone. Start your car at the first cone, and you weren't allowed to move the car until the meter said ready. So then when they would hit the button, when the meter said ready, you could move the car up to the meter. So you actually had, you know what I'm saying? It was timing and a lot of practice involved to do a decent score. And I guess what happened was about the time they started getting to like 136, 137, and this only the wind, they couldn't open the doors. So about the time they started getting there was a guy named Eric Alexander, and he came out and did his drive-by. And while he was in the middle of his run, he passed out, and so the car started rolling.
People are spectating, about to get ran over Passed out driver.
Yeah, and so that was when they kind of changed. That's when they kind of changed everything to where you had to park the car and get out, and all that stuff. So that's kind of the history of that. I don't know if that answers the question 100%, but that's the history of how it ended up that way.
Just get you an umbilical cord. Now they can't actually have an outside podium. They have to hold it unless they're in Park and Pound 5. Is it in 4 too? Can they have a podium in 4 and 5?
You can in all Park and Pound classes, I'm pretty sure.
I thought you could only have an outside podium that it's still. Did you change that one? To be years ago that you.
That's in street class.
Sorry.
Let's see here. Did I miss anybody else's questions
outside
here?
Head unit.
Yes, there's a question. There's a question.
I think I've got most.
This is the game's question.
There's a question directed to me. Please go ahead, Umesh.
So, the question is, can the judges compete?
Yes, the answer was yes. Vernon's question.
So, one of our members in South Africa has asked, are we going to see Kiera, which is Sugain and my daughter's prized possession, their demo vehicle?
The MECA mascot.
The MECA mascot. You guys have seen videos of it and pictures of it. When will we be able to see that in the lane? This is from Vernon at Auto Armor.
And the answer is yes.
Wait.
I'll see you at the next show, boy.
Tell them how judges to compete.
So like I said earlier, we encourage that, but it is kind of laid out in the rule book there. So essentially, once you get a couple more guys helping you out or whatever, basically how it works is, as long as you're not the head judge or the director, then you can compete. Basically, if you're not verifying vehicles, if you're not the head judge of the event. So, I mean, it's laid out in the rule book, how that we allow it to be done. Long and the short of it is, yes, you can.
All right, Vernon, you're off the hook. I'm going to get a few more judges, then I'll see you in the lane.
There was another question from one of our official members in Cape Town. It was Colin, but Owen did answer him. But I'll reiterate the question again. He asked if you could compete in multiple street classes with the same vehicle under the same membership.
No. Unfortunately, not right now. I don't really. So there's really not a way. The way it's currently set up, you could run in different. I guess you would call it a division and not a format. So basically, like, you could run street, you could run X, you could run compound, you could run dual demos, sound quality, install, so on. But you couldn't run like Street 1 and Street 3. You could do it at separate events, and then basically you'd be collecting points in both classes, but you can't do it at the same event. We've discussed that back and forth a little bit. I know, even over here in the last couple of years, there's been a couple people, trying to do certain things, and there is a couple of like loops in there, maybe, I don't know, but we've discussed it, and right now we're just kind of leaving that alone, because I think it's going to take some good words to make it right and make it fair. So for now, it's basically, if you want to bring two different cars, you could do that, but even still, you can't. The same competitor can't run in the same class. So
I hope they help you, Colin.
It used to be that they allowed that, And what happened was basically guys would come and they'd win like Street 1, Street 3, and then compete like Modified 1, Modified 2, or something like that.
Oh, just your
And
Explorer
so,
would do.
so like, example, for like the car that I don't compete anymore, but like the car in my driveway, I could probably, I don't know about this year, but either way, the car in my driveway could win every class from Street 1 to Mod 3. And it's a street car. So, somebody like me came in and was just like, oh, I'm going to do that. Then they're quitting, right?
Yeah, basically the deep pockets that you can come in into everybody's awards, and that's not fun. That's not how you build what you built. And I don't think changing it would be wise. I say let's
I do know,
share the love and focus on, if you really want to show off what you can do, be a Bobo's competitor. Let's see you kick butt in sound pressure, park and pound, sound quality, Insta, and RTA. We're a champion of all 5 of those things. And then, heck, let's go ahead and throw dueling demos and show and shine in there too, and SQ2. And now you're really something to actually be in the top 10 of all of those in the same vehicle. Good luck trying that.
That's hard.
Really, if you want to show off, why don't you actually show off instead of just going and getting?
Well, a bunch
of vehicles.
Well, I think that a lot of the where it comes up the most is usually with our like retail shops, manufacturer members, things like that, because a lot of times you guys will have multiple vehicles or whatever. So that's where it comes up a lot. And
just
I don't know. I think a lot of us that look at the rules and stuff, we're kind of on the fence about it, because I see pros and cons both ways. So right now we're just letting it ride, and we'll see how here in the next year or 2. But as far as that goes, that's how it is for now.
Good. That's a good answer.
We are so
good clarification.
Yeah. We're different.
We are so different. What's our?
So somebody wanted to know if South Africa is visiting the USA this year. So one of the questions from Kenneth
Irvin's correct over here. He's just kind of.
One of the questions to us was if we're coming to USA this year.
Who's asking?
It was Kenneth Wilson. Unfortunately, MECA Africa won't be in USA this year. We've got lots of shows to get done all over Africa, but I think we will look at coming to the finals, the state finals in 2025.
The plan is to get the challenges down to Africa
in 2024.
In 2024. So I'm just waiting on Shannon. I know she's a busy lady, but she'll make a plan. She's going to come walk with the Lions.
We're trying to get the stars aligned and the diaries aligned and the awards ready. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, just to let you know, while we're on here, we've been very, very fortunate to get and blessed to get one of the biggest events that has hit the African continent, which is Fuel Fest. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. So it's Cody Walker. It's headed by Cody Walker, who is the brother of the late Paul Walker from the Fast and Furious franchise. He does this whole thing to keep his brother's name alive, and a lot of that goes to charity as well. So they are coming down with the likes of the Fast and Furious cast, and they will be in South Africa for a 3-city show. So that'll be Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town. That's where we're hoping to get the balances down. So they will be coming down with most of the Fast and Furious cast. So the Vin Diesels, the Tyrese, and so on. and a lot of the vehicles as well. That so you see them on screen, you will have the opportunity to see them in real life in South Africa in September and the first week of October this year. So for MECA as a whole worldwide, I think that is an absolutely amazing achievement. And we are in discussions to roll that out with the rest of MECA. So Shannon, watch that phone. You're going to get a call soon. It's coming.
Hey, I've always got both of them right here, ready to go.
Yeah.
Kenneth
Always.
replied by saying that he enjoyed seeing us when we visited in March last year.
Do what now? I didn't hear the first.
Kenneth actually just added by saying that he enjoyed meeting the MECA Africa team in March last year, and it's sad that we won't be there this year. We'll be there in spirit, Kenneth.
Yeah. Hopefully,
So-
we'll get some of y'all's warm weather coming towards us.
Warm weather, huh? Not for another month or two.
Man, it is cold here.
They call it warm.
So what?
Still
You
froze, yeah.
show us some of the parts.
Yeah. So let's go for a walk around, Mr. X.
Don't show us
So
too
but
close.
I just want to
Start
show you.
pointing all the secrets out.
Yeah, no, we're not going to show you too many secrets. So, Mr. X, can you please stand up so we can show Bud how much taller you are than I am?
And a midget.
So, can you see that? He's a big man.
Yeah,
Pointed down.
he's not a small person.
I don't know if I'm upside down, but yeah, he's a pretty big man.
Down.
Oh, am I?
Now you are.
Now you're upside down.
Okay. All right, but he's a big man.
And this is the
There you
difference. This is the difference between a midget and a giant.
So that's Pumesh and
Midget
Mr.
and a
X.
giant.
Yeah, so it's massive.
We call those little people around.
There you go.
He is a pretty tall dude.
Right, so I don't know. No. Right, I don't know how to switch this around, but. All right, guys, so just going to show you, I don't know if you can see it. So that's
Damn.
a sound station. Sorry for the lights in your eyes. A whole lot of trophies.
It is.
Yeah,
One
Whole
massive
lot of
trophy.
trophies in this
yeah, it's like seven.
Yep. The best trophies are
I think it's
here. As you can see, those are the MECA ones, all the red and gold. So he's got quite a lot. That's a whole lot of woofers that's going into the new bulls. So pretty busy out here. A hell of a lot
Heck yeah.
trophies.
He does got
Have
trophies.
a lot of awards there.
Yep. And then the best ones, guys.
Our personalized ones.
You can see it there.
I love.
MECA.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Yeah.
I love those. Those are super cool.
Yep. So, okay, so that's a display, just a general display area of what's going on. Right. So, Bud, I think you'll enjoy these ones.
Yeah.
So, mini number one. So that's
Car.
busy being built.
I need to borrow that for 35. Oh, sorry.
There's number two. So that's got a bit of a build in it. If I can show you quickly, is this open?
I'm getting the green one when I go and bringing it back.
How are we going to put it in your
Yeah, I'm putting it straight in my pocket carry on.
Lord have mercy?
Okay, so that's what the inside looks like. It's 312s on the
Flashlight
bottom.
in it. We can't
Can I
see
give
it.
me a flashlight in there, please?
the visually
There
impaired
we
is
go.
having problems.
Yeah, so that's 312s at the bottom, another 3 upstairs. There,
Heck yeah.
and it's all in a mini. Sorry, the light's a bit bad, but I'm gonna put some pictures up for you guys later. Okay, but then we've got another one.
Show me out of this vehicle now. That
It's a
how
little
many
me.
So it's got,
was
yeah,
there total?
6.
612, yeah.
6.
So that's what it is. It's a tiny, it's a Mr. Bean car. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Echo chamber.
And that's the number plate. I don't know if you guys can see it. Echo chamber.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Right. We're gonna skip this one. So this is currently the car that is
Later.
number 3 on the top 10 list, Radical X.
All out.
This is the infamous Baba Yaga.
The sedan we spoke about.
This is the trunk vehicle. So I'm gonna go around the side here quickly, show you what it looks like. So that's what it is. It's got a trunk. And then that's the front. So complete bulletproof glass. You can't see through there at all.
We missed the inside. Show us the inside.
Can we show them the inside?
Let me show you this first.
He said you can't get in there.
Oh, I can.
Woohoo! We like those.
Hey, Evelyn, you got to show them inside.
I don't know, bro.
Street glass.
Goodness.
Don't ask me where I sit because, yeah,
All right,
there's my steering.
But just so you know, I can fit in here.
all right, the back.
But it's louder than 150.
I can fit in here.
Uh-huh.
So here was the steering I was
Let me
speaking
look
about.
at the back side of it.
Oh my God.
There we go.
I don't have a problem. Give you guys a shot. The torch. Okay, our vehicle is powered by one of the loudest brands in the world. So can't see much in, but we'll see what you can get. So our vehicle is powered by Star Sound, and yeah, you've got a wall of woofers in there.
Hey, tell Star
How many?
Sound to hit me up. I'd love them to my band and have them become a manufacturer member so that I can rep their brand for them, because otherwise I ain't got much to say about them. I would love
Okay,
to
should give you the
really
info.
talk
Yes,
about
we're
them.
in we're in discussion with them, but yes, I will set up a meeting with yourselves and ourselves, and we can take that discussion further.
Just something else for the guys.
Because I want to.
Well, the vehicle that at Exhibit Audio, we actually build them from scratch. We take daily drivers that come a long way with us, the vehicles that we use to maybe to work, or vehicles that we've used to maybe go to school. Yes, this is one of the cars we had for many, many years. It's a VW Mark III. I know it's not a big Astro van, but it's playing in the Radical X class. And this is the slogan that we live by, actually. Eh?
Can you read that?
MECA is all I see. Backwards.
Okay, so it says MECA
It says
certified competitor.
Audio.
It says hashtag Exhibit Audio, hashtag no sponsors, hashtag built not bought, hashtag proudly South African.
That's what's up.
Can I say that's the loudest trunk car in the world? But
the loudest trunked car in the world, huh?
So, do your side
For a
doors
radical
open
X,
at all?
back door is open, but it's more on the vocal side.
It's Radical X, baby.
Yeah, Radical
Well,
X.
I mean, I just
Those
want
are
to
our
see.
vocals.
I just want. Okay.
Vocals, our Alpine
And do
radio,
we get to see?
our fire extinguisher. Yeah.
Yes,
What
I
else you
love
want
the
to see?
safety. Safety first.
Safety
Inside.
first in all aspects. Correct. Yeah, you're right about that.
Inside the trunk. Let's see it.
All right. So behind us is one of the. This vehicle's been how long has it been built? 7 years.
2018.
This is a build from 2018. It's called the Joker. Yeah, there's a bit of a story behind this one. I think a lot of our people down here know it. But the owner of this vehicle, this was actually his son's vehicle, and he was killed in a traffic accident. So Mr. X helped his dad keep his memory alive. So this vehicle was built in memory of the late Justin, and I will show you who Justin is. That's Justin. So this vehicle has been built since 2018.
Same equipment.
Yeah, same equipment. It's a dueling demo vehicle. So you can see the doors all built up. It's also got
Awesome.
612s as well and a wall B-pillar back. So that's what it is, and it's made to play loud and clear. So very much falls into the dueling demo side of things. So yeah, this car brings a lot of
super
cheers
clean.
to the community. Yeah, brings a lot of cheers and
So
emotion
sorry.
to the sound. Or yeah, so it is very very nice.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah, so then we've got something for Uncle Bud, old school truck.
Oh.
So
How's the number plate, bud? How's that number plate?
yes, the number plate says, "Thank you, Lord GP." Yeah. So it's
Are those
the old
legit
school
plates?
truck. So busy getting
It is pretty nice.
Yeah,
I like
that thing-
it.
sound deadening. So yeah, whole lot going on in here. For us guys, this is not something that we see every day. You guys probably see a lot more of these sort of vehicles up there. This is, yeah, we probably have maybe 3 of these on the whole continent.
It
So
actually belongs to an official MECA head, Mr. Bruce Naidu. It's in here for some custom work.
yeah, so that's what it is. The whole
Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Lexus motor going on there.
What
And
year?
then, what year is it?
2020.
I don't know. Mr. Bruce Naidu, could you please tell us on the chat what year model your vehicle is? Okay, so that's a bus or people mover, as you guys would call it. Yeah, that's a dueling demo build. So as you can see, there's tweeters on the top, and then yeah, that's mid-base drivers. 4 of them, 12-inch.
Out from the back and the front.
Powered from the back and the front, so it's got a totally separate control. If you can look at the parametric and the radio at the bottom, at the top, and then yeah, it's in for some work. That is the door on the one side, so it's got 4 8-inch Pro Mid drivers, a whole lot of tweeters on the top. So yeah. The inside is being done. If you can put a light
Yeah,
on
I
there,
like
so that is the woofer enclosure. So it's 4 15-inch woofers
You built that.
at the back, and then yeah, that's the other door, and it is basically pretty empty at the moment.
Also belongs to an official MECA head.
Yeah, this is also a MECA head vehicle.
Also
So-
a dueling demo vehicle.
So 2024, the guys are getting ready. We're going to see a lot of nice things happening on this side of the world.
That's something new. We will share about that in a few
Yeah, so this is a brand new build, but I'll share with you guys a little bit later. Bud and Shannon, yeah, it's still under wraps, so we can't give too much of information on that one as yet. But that's
I'm over
what
here like trying to peek everything.
looking for
I
some
love
bold
the
ideas.
story. Then- Yes, Bud had to run to the gentleman's room real quick.
gentlemen.
Ah, no,
He'll be
not a
right
problem. I know.
back.
Yeah,
But,
I know the boys get a bit excited when they see these kind of things. So
I think we all do sometimes, you know. I mean, even me, my shoulder still hurts from my last Dedner job that I did. Oh
So I
gosh, I
think
can't even remember when
Nevlin
I did
doesn't know much about you, Shannon, but Shannon used to stay up late and recon with us.
wow, yeah, Shannon does reconing on her own. Yep.
Hmm. That's a very crafty skill there, Shannon. Keep it up. I'm not
I
sure if you're still doing it.
Yeah, she does her own manufacturing of
what was that?
trophies and all of that. Now I'm just letting him know that you stay up late reconing woofers and you make all of your awards by yourself. You are what we call a midnight
Pretty
crawler.
much.
More like the night crawler.
Yeah.
Yes. AKA just an insomniac. Yeah, I tend to stay late. I was messaging you at 1 last night or this morning for you. I think it was what
Oh,
1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Like,
Yeah, good
I'm
luck,
gonna
good
be
luck.
ready for
yeah, it was your
tomorrow.
2 o'clock
You
and
know,
ours 7:30.
yeah. I mean, I'm a night person. I've always been a night person, you know, and it just so happens to work out really well for this hobby because um, there's a lot of people. I mean, when it's a hobby, you know, you can't necessarily talk and discuss things that you would like to talk in regular business hours. And I have no problem with anybody reaching out to me at any time. So anybody there in Africa can reach out to me. I'm on WhatsApp. Pamish will give you my information. I am always available. Bud is always available. Bud Talk Live is every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the States. So we're going to be back, or he'll be back on.
But it's
I will
there.
not be back on his Bud Talk Live later. Um, I guess they'd have to really start begging for me to come back. I did this to come and see you guys. I can't wait to meet you all in person, all the competitors, and see and hug you guys again. It's just gonna be the greatest, and I'm excited. This whole entire season's gonna be another one for the record books. I think our first year in, we broke every MECA record, and I think this year we're gonna first year. So zip it up. So I'm excited, you guys. Was there anything else that we needed to go over? Because usually Bud Talk Live is only an hour long because usually we start losing, you know, viewers and things like that. And most people don't want to go back and watch a 2 hour long, you know, us sitting around BS. But we've had a lot of great talk with everybody and conversation and great banter. So I'm excited for the future. If there's any others or anything else you all wanted to go over before we got off here, because we're going to have to wrap it up, I suppose.
Yeah,
All good from our side. We
think
wanted
so.
to thank you guys for the support and for taking the time out of your morning for us, our evening. We appreciate everything you do for us, and we actually blessed to have you with us. We'd like to thank Nevlin for his time, for letting us into his, I call this his home because he spends 95% of his time here, and for allowing the world to see that he has no secrets. Everything is clear. He's willing to help. He's actually sponsored prizes to Street 1 and Street 2 competitors, and he's helped build cars, bring their numbers up from what they were to better their numbers. I'm going to see it now in the new year. And yeah, we appreciate you, Nev. We appreciate the team, and we're looking to grow with each other from your side.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. X, for allowing us to come into your home. Yeah, we're really, really happy to have you on board. Guys, there is another team. You guys will meet them
Soon.
in one of the Bud Talk Lives coming up. But Nevlin has really helped MECA grow in Africa. He's really pushed. He's pushed together with us. And as I said, there's another team, but we'll give them the limelight when it's their turn. But yeah, Nevlin, thank you for that. You and your team, you are the biggest MECA team registered in Africa, and I know it's growing. He's already told us there's a few more competitors signing up in the next few weeks. So we look forward to that. And we look forward to the new builds and some big numbers. So yeah, thank you very
Before
much.
Nevlin says his goodbye, I also want to say that we're trying to do this regularly where we invite our retail members to come online on Batok and share their experience with MECA and the MECA Africa team. We want to grow it here in Africa, and with Bud and Shannon by our side and Team Exhibit, I think we're going to grow from strength to strength. So, Mr. X, what do you have to say?
I just want to say thank you guys for taking the time to spend with us this afternoon, sharing your important information with me and me sharing some info with you guys. It's been a learning experience for 2023. And I'm going to say to all the competitors out there in South Africa, around the world, MECA is a fun format. Don't be afraid to try it out. The reason for that is that if you love music, you love playing it loud, this is the format for you. And I'm a total, well, I could say that I'm actually the one in the front line trying to bring more guys in to play on the format. Is because it is fun. It's a format you can play all day long and help guys to achieve their scores by just doing simple things. I'm always available to help. My numbers are online on my pages and stuff like that. The guy need any assistance, I'm always welcoming to my home, which is my shop. I'm here most of the time. As my wife says, you're more at the shop than at home. But if you love something, well, you got to keep going, and if you enjoy the sport, why not? So I'm going to say thank you to MECA Africa for allowing me this platform to be with you guys. And yeah, once again, thank you to our judges. Thank you to our panel. And let's get 2024 rocking and rolling. Team Exhibit Audio, we on all social media pages. Thank you for all your support, guys. Thank you, Bud and Shannon. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And yeah, we're loving the format, and we will keep on doing what we do best.
Thanks, Nevlin. So I guess we'll get ready out here, but I want to thank Sujin and Pumish for taking their time out today, getting out there, visiting with Exhibit Audio. We appreciate your time this afternoon. Like she said, I think we're going to try to start doing this a little bit more regularly. I don't know if it'll be every couple weeks or once a month yet, but we're going to start trying to shine some light on South Africa program this year. So we're really looking forward to it. Again, I want to thank you for coming on and hanging out with us, and I'm glad you're enjoying our format, and we're looking forward to keeping on pushing the ball in the right direction. And all my guys, all the Africa MECA heads, make sure you check out Exhibit Audio. Sounds like he's doing a lot of good stuff over there, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. And again, thanks for coming on. I'm going to check this one more time, make sure there's nothing I didn't miss and look like I did. So with that, until next time,
Just
keep it loud and clear.
Just clip it from Trinidad said hello.
Okay, cheers, guys.
Bye.